Jazz Tevaga joins us. Jazz, what's gone wrong this year, mate, with the team?
Good question. Bro, there's a lot of things, I reckon. Injuries is probably the main thing that's hurt us. I think we haven't been able to field, our strongest 17 at all this year, I don't think. And yeah, bro, I know that's not an excuse because, injuries are part of the game, but every week it just seemed like, one of our main players would cop and lock and they'll be out for a couple of weeks. And the inconsistency of our team, it was hard to get a good flow. We'd show patches, but then someone would get injured again and then, we'd lose someone. So that's what I'm going to put my finger on, bro, and that's what I say first thought. I'll leave it at that.
Well, fundamentally, when you look at the squad from last year, look at the squad from this year, and what was achieved last year and what hasn't been able to be achieved this year, has there been any concerns or any issues about fitness, about the way you prepared for the season that was any different, anything like that?
No, I don't think fitness was a problem at all. I would put it down to, like I said, the injuries, but I think the fundamentals this year were pretty poor under pressure. We lost 8 games with less than 6 points. We lost 8 games by 6 points or less. We win at least half of those. We were in 8, just in key moments this year when we were under pressure. We had a concentration error, whether it was error, whether it was a penalty. I'd say we were pretty poor when we were under pressure in those stages. Yeah.
Was there any disruption within the team with Adam Whanu-Blake leaving and the fact that he was going to Cronulla? Did that cause any of that?
Nah, I don't think so. Not at all. Even though he was leaving, people sign contracts all the time when they're leaving. It was good that he announced it early in the year so that we knew. And the numbers he just chalked up the season, but we can't fault him for any of that. His effort's been outstanding. He's been carrying us again, like he did last year, and I don't think it was played a disruption at all.
Jazz Tevaga ahead of the Warriors game against Cronulla, final match of the season, and your final match as a Warrior too. How do you look back at your career? Because you're going to have a bit of time to think about this. A lot of people are going to ask you, what would you like people to think about you as a Warriors player?
Yeah, I would like them to think that I was someone who had a crack. I was very passionate for this team, for the club, for the jersey. I cared about my mates, and every time I put the jump on, I gave it my all. And sometimes, I'll just say that, bro. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
No, that's fine. And look, I think that's perfect, actually. I think that a lot of us fans look at you and just see you are the atypical Warriors player as far as we're concerned. Homegrown, play your heart out every time that you play, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest of blokes, and I'm right in the thick of it. So, you had to have some sort of, I had to bring my balls every time I stepped on the field, and I tried really hard, and sometimes I tried too hard, which was something I had to learn. And every time I put the jersey on, bro, I gave it my all.
How does this team go on from here and become a real contender and establish that kind of consistency that you're talking about? Because when you look at the last 4 seasons, I don't need to tell you, but 8 wins, 6 wins, 16 wins, and 8 this year. It might be 9 after Cronulla, but, so how do you get that 16-win season to happen more often than not?
I think last year was obviously pretty new for us. We didn't know what to expect, and we had a taste of success. This year, there's been a lot of learnings for us, especially the young boys, that you have to prepare as best you can every time. And it's not hard. It's not easy to win games. I feel last year, we got everything was sort of happening for us. We had minimal injuries. We'll get the bounce of the ball. Everything was going well for us. And then this year, when things suddenly don't go well, you sort of find out more about the team, about yourself, and what needs to happen to win games. And I think this year has been a massive learning, not just for the players, but for the coaching staff as well. And We've a new head coach, and I think this year's been really good for them. And look, they know what works for them. They just got to hone in on what their strengths are and their weaknesses.
It's an unforgiving league, isn't it? And, I'm going to reference a few games. Chance I was listening to yesterday, the first game against the Sharks, a good lead. Against the Bulldogs last weekend, a good lead. Against Melbourne, a good lead. Against the Titans, a good lead. These are all leads in the first 20 minutes, but can't sustain them. You look at those four games and think, when you're up 12 or 14 points, you should be able to shut those down. If that's the case, again, it would be a top 8 we'd be talking about. Yeah,
look, there's been numerous occasions where we've been up early and then we've let it slip. And then there's been times where we've been down, but we come back in the second half and we give ourselves a chance. I think next year they've got to learn how to obviously start well, but hold on to that lead and put pressure on the team. And then also know that if we are down, we can come back. But then getting to learn how we close out games. Where
are you going to go next, mate? What's next?
I'm not too sure yet myself, bro. Look, I'm talking to clubs now at the moment, and signing a contract is going to come late in the season. Hopefully it speeds up after teams get knocked out and whatnot. So, when I know, I'll let you know.
So is it going to be down here? It's not going to be in England? You'd rather stay in the NRL?
Nah. Yeah, I'm going to stay in the NRL, bro. I'm only 28. I still got NRL left into me. I feel like I'm just getting into my prime, like I'm maturing, and but I've still got some left in the tank before I head over to the UK.
Can I just say, just as a dumb old fan, just as a silly old fan, man, thank you very much. You played 137 games. You've never, ever gone onto that field and not just absolutely thrown yourself at the opposition. I was watching you on Friday night as you ran out there, and I know that a lot of the focus was on Sean and that, but I was thinking, God, I bet there's a big, heavy hole in your heart too, man.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's been an emotional couple of weeks, taking the news, sort of grieving. It feels like I'm grieving a loss, which I am. This is my home, and I'm a Warriors at heart, and I always will be, and I'm definitely going to miss this place. I've been saying that over and over again. I hope I come back and haunt you next year.
Yeah.
But my love for the Warriors will never be lost, and this place holds a special place in my heart.
Fans love you back, bro.
Thank you, bro.